Alright, streaming. Hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm just watching the Nintendo Direct on the side while I'm waiting for people to get in. Let me get the chat up for you. Hey Sean, hey One Produced, hey Key, the cancer man himself. Yeah, it's me. How can you guys hear me okay? Oh shit. So they just announced a new Wii Sports game, and I fucking love Wii Sports. Like, I still play it. Oh, April 29th it's releasing. Damn, the soccer mode looks pretty sick, to be honest. And it's going to add golf. Damn. Did anyone watch Nintendo Direct? I'm just watching it. I'm just finishing it now. And that's some pretty good stuff, to be honest. New cancellation just dropped. Kavernacle. Ironically on break and watching your recent video and get this notification. Hey, Alex. Hey, Spooky Kitty. Hey, Sam. Why are you not streaming? I need to go to bed. I normally stream a lot later. I've been emboldened because lots of people in my apartment seem to love screaming at like 4 a.m. So I just thought, fuck it, I'll stream a bit later. Yeah, it looks really good. Wii Sports. I've been wanting a Switch Wii Sports for fucking ages. So also No Man's Sky on Switch is pretty cool, and Mario Soccer again. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a video on Hasan tomorrow, and Moist Critical as well. So like, because there's been this drama, like you can see it. It's about Twitch streamers watching YouTubers, and I want to like Hasan was like every YouTuber loves people on Twitch watching their content. So I just want to get into that. Spain is a pretty loud place, yeah. Always fucking screaming. New Cuphead DLC. Sorry, I'm just fucking finishing. I've been really enjoying Pokemon lately, actually. Has everyone in the chat started playing Pokemon if you have Switch? I really, really like it, actually. Played about 15 hours, maybe? Yeah, Anchor, I don't know what this JXC thing is. Can you explain it to me? I was going to do it for the critical thing, but then I thought Hasan was responding to the critical Dark Viper thing, not something else. So is there like two dramas about about Twitch streamers using YouTubers' content for new Pokemon? Yeah, Pokemon Arceus or Arceus. Little Sparrow, 60 hours. Yeah, at the moment, my roster is Gold Duck, Pikachu, Cyndaquil, Haunter, Rapidash, like that one from the start. You know that Rapidash from like the very start? That giant one. I caught that like when I was only like level 16, so I had to wait for ages because it wouldn't obey me. Yeah, he wrote YouTuber Theory. Yeah, for sure. Like I'm definitely gonna read some of that out. It's fucking funny. Yeah, Elias, I'm still really enjoying it. So yes, anyone who's come over from Hassan's stream, someone told me like what is he apparently he's changed his argument. What is his argument at the moment? Because it seems like he's saying most YouTubers love Twitch streamers watching their content regardless of the context. And that's what the point I want to make in my video tomorrow. Like there is certain context because people watch my stuff on Twitch streams sometimes. Like people have linked to me, people watching them and stuff. So I've seen people do it. Um, and I've had good experiences in terms of like I'm like, oh, that's fine. Like I'm glad I can hear your take on my video. And then I've had bad experiences where I've seen people literally just sit on stream and watch my entire video and not say anything and then upload it to YouTube. So can I cancel Bosch too? I mean, I don't know what I'd cancel for him for at the moment. Yeah, Anchor. This is the old thing, isn't it? Like that's what I was going to talk about. Like I didn't know what that guy was called, but I remember this happening before because I was going to cover it. But now I'm going to do like a double where I cover both of them. I've been successfully clickbaited. I mean, I don't know what's clickbait about the stream title. I'm literally tomorrow. I'm cancelling Hasan and Moist Critical. I actually am going to do that tomorrow, so I'm not clickbaiting you. Oh wait. So did they announce a new Mario Kart? Like, I'm watching. Like, quickly flush it. I'm watching. Oh, what the hell? What? There's new Mario Kart 8 DLC. Like, it came out in 2014. Are they actually making new DLC? This looks fucking sick. Sorry, I'm watching the Nintendo Switch Direct on the side. Damn, this looks fucking amazing. How can they release DLC like 7 years later? 7 years after the last one. I'm fucking hyped though. You know, Mario Kart 8 is like the top selling game every single year. Like one of them, top 5. How can they only just be doing this? Apparently, they're making Mario Kart 9 for next year, but it's going to be like Super Smash Brothers. Damn, I'm fucking hyped for this. Who's been playing Mario Kart with me on stream before I went to Spain? Oh, what? 48 new courses, but over the next 2 years. Come on. So sorry, I'm just looking at it at the same time. Yeah, so people like have been defending Hasan in my comments saying like, oh, most people I know like would want him to do it. And the thing is, people get it wrong with Hasan. Like if you said to me, would you want Hasan to watch on stream every one of your videos? I would say yes, of course I would. Like one of the biggest Twitch streamers, that's good exposure. So people get it mixed up. They're like, oh well, if you like that, then surely you're okay with anyone just throwing your like thing on screen and doing whatever they want. And I don't know how many of you guys opinions on Arceus Legends. Yeah, Lauren, I'm really liking the new Pokemon. I was talking about it just a second ago. What was I gonna say? Sorry, just read that out. Yeah, so people assume like because if Moist Critical or Hasan watched my video on every stream and said, "Well, here is the Kavernacle," like go watch him, go subscribe to him. That is one thing. But you guys will have watched Twitch streamers who will throw a video up, go make dinner for 20 minutes, throw a video up, go have a break for 20 minutes, go for do whatever for 15 minutes. Now I've watched other Twitch streamers who will throw up like a little graphic saying, "I'm just taking a break." Kyle Bossman, who I featured a tiny bit in one of my videos, he's someone who's done this, and like massive respect to doing that because that's like being honest with your content instead of like this is what the problem is. You're essentially padding out your stream with content that isn't yours, not being transformative, and that's what fair use is because Twitch does not have the copyright system from YouTube. Like you cannot copyright strike someone if you're like a small creator. You cannot strike their Twitch stream from YouTube. A lot of companies can do this, like you've seen with like the Gordon Ramsay thing with Hasan watching the YouTube channel. Companies can often do this because they have like access to this network and stuff. But maybe smaller YouTubers can do it. I don't know how I would do that. Now, that's the problem in one way. Like, if you for those of you who don't like know what fair use is, basically fair use, like it's quite vague, but it's like it must be some sort of like transformative thing. So there is nothing wrong with React content at all. Like, my video yesterday, literally, I wouldn't call it a React video, but I was responding to arguments made in a Daily Wire video, right? That's transformative because I'm taking what is said in the video and I'm adding something new which changes like the original content. I'm responding to the argument and I'm like expanding on it basically. That's totally fine and that's allowed. But like I was saying before, what Twitch streamers often do is sit and eat their dinner and throw a random YouTube video on from a creator, and then essentially what you're doing is, because you want to have your cake and eat it too, because you want to be on stream and do everyday things, you're trying to pad your stream because people are there to like watch something. And instead of you trying to be entertaining or you even being engaged with the video that's playing on screen, you are just trying to fit in your everyday things so you can remain on stream, because the longer you stream, the longer people will watch. It's good for your analytics, but also people will try and get your attention in the chat, so they're going to give you more donations. So essentially what you're doing is you're taking people's work without their permission, and for a lot of people, you're not reacting to it, you're not transforming the content, you're just padding out your stream of income. And the thing is, I've had my channel copyright striked for using a 10-second clip from Forgotten Weapons with him and Larry Vickers talking about the Rhodesian fowl, and he said, in his opinion, the way I used it was not transformative of the original clip. I think that's total bullshit, because I was framing my video in which I talk about Larry Vickers, who was in that video. Funnily enough, Ian has recently pulled a book that was going to be published from his publishing arm, which was written by a neo-Nazi who fought with the Azov battalion in Ukraine in 2014. So much for staying like apolitical and striking my channel because you want to stay apolitical, right? So I've had someone strike my own channel, 3 strikes and your channel gets deleted, by the way, because apparently my use of a 10-second clip wasn't fair use. Hasan and other YouTubers will literally leave other people's content playing on their stream without even being in the room sometimes, like literally leaving the room. And I know, like, I'm left wing, obviously, and I don't mind a lot of people watching my stuff. I don't mind people watching my stuff on stream, as long as you at least give me a little shout out and maybe like actually react to what's going on. I don't mind that at all. I've seen lots of people do that with my videos, and that's totally fine. And I have people I consider like, not friends because we don't know each other in real life, people who like I online know, who are Twitch streamers, and I like wouldn't even really care if they were playing it while they went to the shops or ate their dinner and stuff like that. But the problem being, and that's like where the capitalist angle comes into it, this is my like job. So if you are just using my content to pad out your streams, you're taking away potential viewers of my content, especially because the left-wing ecosystem is very small. Like, the people who watch my channel the most also watch Hasan and they watch Vosh, right? So if Vosh, it's a bit of an annoying one with them two, because they're such massive streamers where you can see where you'd want your content to be platformed by them. But say, for example, if someone a similar size for me started watching every single, like, would like, oh, let's have my lunch break, and every lunch break I'm just going to throw a Kavernacle video on, that's like the area that gets annoying. And the area gets annoying because it's like they are just like, they're taking your content without your permission and using it, but there also isn't a benefit to it. And also, I think creators like grossly overestimate how much exposure actually translates to a new audience, because this is something I try and tell everyone. It is so hard to make anyone go to another platform. Like, if you're on, like, for example, I have a YouTube channel, right? Most of you are only subscribed to my YouTube channel. Every video I shout out my Twitter, I shout out my Instagram, I shout out like my Discord, and I shout out my subreddit, right? The subreddit only has 1,000 people. My Twitter only has 5.5 thousand. My Instagram only has 1.2 thousand, and my Patreon is like, is it like 500 patrons, maybe like 400 and something. And that's me shouting it out on every video. And every video I have made over the last, I don't know, 4 months has averaged about 20k views, right? So if I can't make my own audience in significant numbers go over to my social media platforms, even my subscribers, I nearly have 70,000 subscribers, I think Twitch streamers grossly overestimate how much of like a payment it is to shout out your channel, especially if they aren't actually transforming your content in the first place. Like, they might think it's okay what they're doing because they'll give you a shout out, and maybe they won't react. But at the same time, like I said, it's hard enough for me to make people, even you guys in the chat, move from YouTube to somewhere else. You think that like loads of Twitch streamers are going to get loads of their own audience to go over to your YouTube channel on a different platform and subscribe and watch the video? You've already lost out on the view, a potential view, and that's like the balancing act, isn't it? It's like there is a potential view there. That person might never ever see your content because they don't watch your stuff and they're not aware of you, and the Twitch streamer shows you and then they are aware of you. On the other hand, the left-wing ecosystem is actually quite small, where even I see from my own analytics, most of you guys who watch my content watch Hasan, you watch Vosh, you watch the Surfs, you watch like loads of other similar creators, meaning that if you actually watch my video on one of their live streams, it's very, very likely that you might also be subscribed to me or watch my stuff, and then you wouldn't watch the video on my platform. So this is what Hasan tweeted today, getting into the Hasan thing a bit more. So Hasan writes, sorry, I was on the live stream channel, we can go on the Twitter. So Hasan writes, so he shares this meme, the myth of mutually beneficial React content. I consent reactors. I consent 99.9% of content creators. Is there somebody you've got to ask? I don't, random YouTuber who no one's reacting to. Now, the person who brought this up recently is actually a pretty big like GTA speedrunner or something with like 260k subscribers. So I assume people do react to his content. And you know, I'm quite a small YouTuber, like relatively speaking, but I've seen loads of people react to my content on their own YouTube live streams, on Twitch streams, and it's not about consent, because especially if you're doing it on Twitch, I don't even have a choice. You can stream all my videos without even doing anything. Unless I get like the law involved and a lawyer, I'm going to find it very hard to take down the streams and stuff. So Hasan writes, it's wild that this is even a convo when most people love watching it. Okay, most people love watching you watch YouTube videos. Okay. And the overwhelming majority of content creators, including myself, love when people react to whatever we make. But the thing is, Hasan, and Twitch streamers, the difference is you like, for example, let me give you an example of a longer work day. So on Friday, I recorded on Friday I get up, I watch loads and loads of videos about Sigma females and I read some stuff about it. At 8 o'clock on Friday, I record the video. From about 9 o'clock till 6 a.m., I edit the video, I render the video, and I do the thumbnail. I didn't just, get out a random video on stream and start talking about it, and then someone reacted to me reacting to something, right? For YouTubers, and like the thing is, I'm not saying Twitch streaming isn't hard work. I'm not saying it doesn't have like certain skills and stuff, but YouTube, like my videos take me fucking ages. Like they're getting longer and longer. Like my video last night, I sat in my chair from like, what time was it? 11 p.m. till 6:30 a.m. doing everything for the video, right? And that's without the planning that goes into that, and like making notes and stuff, watching videos, doing research. So to say like, well, everyone loves it, and I have no problem, me the Twitch streamer, I have no problem people react to my content. Well, it's completely different with Twitch. Like people like Hasan, I'm not saying there isn't a skill to it and there's not work involved, but you're not actually putting in loads and loads of effort to make the content in the first place. People like you for being a personality. They don't like you because you're putting in loads and loads of effort, right? Hopefully with my videos, maybe you guys don't think so, I hope the effort I put in translates. And the thing is, I have to come up with these ideas. Like one of the biggest things about my channel is because I'm not like a news politics channel, I have to come up with these ideas all the time. Like I have a list which I constantly update, but it's really hard to find an angle. And also I've got to find an angle to news stories sometimes, or just general like topics that people will actually click on, and I've got to market it in a certain way, right? So if I'm not okay with people, like the thing is, if I'm not okay with people Twitch streaming that at all, whether or not that's legal, it's legal for you to do that and it's your legal right. I'm allowed to not want people to do that. Like I'm allowed to think, well, YouTube is my job. I put all this effort. If people watch this video, I want it to actually contribute at least to my sub and view growth, and also maybe my ad revenue, and possibly even further my patron, if you start watching all my content on other platforms, then it's very likely you might not even subscribe to me. You might not watch any of my videos on YouTube itself, which makes me money, right? That's one thing. Like I think it's perfectly fine, whether or not you can stop people from doing that, to not want anyone to watch your videos on any platform, regardless of the context, right? But then the certain context I'm not okay with, and talking about consent here, and like, did you forget to ask someone? Like I said, if people leave my videos on just to pad out their streams to make more money off my content, I have a massive problem with that. I don't want people to do that, because essentially, if you're on YouTube and you were doing that, I would copyright strike you. If someone uploaded my video onto YouTube with them just sitting there watching it, I would make them take it down. I would probably ask them first, but if they said no, I'd copyright strike them. So the fact that Twitch streamers like Hasan feel like some sort of like entitled to just stick people's videos up and not transform the content at all, like not react to it, is just totally bizarre. Because, like I said, well, people like me, it's our job. If most people, and the thing is what's ironic about this as well, Hasan used to get really mad when his React channels, this is like 2 or 3 years ago, when the React channels that weren't made by him used to get more videos covering the same topics he did, right? He used to get mad about that. And apparently now, if hit anyone streaming your content on Twitch, your YouTube content, is actually beneficial to you, and you shouldn't have a problem with it. And like I said, these people, maybe it's gone to his head how famous he is. These people do not understand how hard it is to make anyone do anything online, and that's something I'm going to drill into people's heads. If people watched, the thing is, if Hasan watched my latest video, I guarantee it wouldn't get, and he has like 40k like average viewers. I guarantee if Hasan shouted me out today and watched one of my videos, my video wouldn't even get more than 10k new views. I actually think it would get less than that, because people do not realize, even if Hasan shouted me out to his massive audience, how much of that 40k people do you think are going to come to my channel? You'd be lucky to get 1,000 views out of that, because they just be like, well, I'm like, I've watched it here, or like, I don't want to move from Twitch. I like watching this stuff here. And that's just the frustrating thing, that no one seems to realize that it's not people being butthurt to be protective of like your content that you try, you put so much effort into. Like, can you imagine yesterday's video that I made? I'm not saying it's the most ever. Can you imagine if I just slapped on like half an hour of someone else's video and was like, stick around and watch that, and so I can get more ad revenue or something? Or like, stick around, here's like a 30-minute clip from someone's random gameplay of The Last of Us. Let me just stick 10 ads on it. You guys watch that to support the channel or some shit. Can you imagine if I did that? And would feel entitled to say, like, if the guy copyright struck me, oh, like, what were you doing, bro? Like, I just stuck it on the end, it's good exposure or something. It's a load of shit. And the thing is, I've said this before, Twitch is a bubble at the moment for this copyright stuff, because I can't believe how much I see people watching CNN's own YouTube news coverage. I'm like, if I did that on YouTube, they would copyright claim my video to make the money. Because basically, what people need to understand is, if you use other people's stuff on YouTube, especially corporate stuff, they can copyright claim your video, meaning that the ad revenue from that video goes to them, but the video can still be up, but it goes to them, right? Copyright strike means they take it down and you can't include anything like that. If these guys were doing this on YouTube, like streaming CNN news coverage from their YouTube channel, they would at the very least be claimed, and I'm pretty sure they'd also be striked for doing that. And Twitch, the thing is, they've built this thing up, like with him watching Gordon Ramsay and stuff. They think like this is just the way it's done. Like, on Twitch, you can just break all copyright stuff because everyone does it. But like I'm saying, it's a bubble, because there's going to be a significant case of them doing this to someone, maybe like another big YouTuber who maybe would. There's going to be like an example where Hasan like goes out for like an hour, leaves a video on from someone who's a bigger creator, and they're going to probably take legal action against them, and then it's going to set the precedent on Twitch that you can't do this anymore. I genuinely think in the next like 2 or 3 years that's going to happen, because I literally cannot believe how much there is like a lack of copyright stuff on Twitch compared to YouTube. Because the YouTube stuff, maybe you can say it's like more brutal, but it's there so you can protect your content. Like, in theory, it's there. People abuse it so much, and there's like a whole different conversation about like, you know, what should be changed, because you know, Forgotten Weapons taken down my video for including like a 10-second clip of his. Personally, I don't think that's okay, right? Whereas like I've had people like react to my content, like these right wingers would like stream my whole video and stuff, and like I understand, I'm not going to strike that. I understand it's transformative and shit like that. But if I wanted to, I could, and they couldn't really, unless they want to go to court against me, they couldn't really argue against it. That's the problem with it. And also, the person who argues against the strike has to give all their personal info over, which is so stupid. That's why people like abuse it. So the problem with all this stuff is like you can't cultivate like this little channel where it's like, oh, we're gonna watch stuff together all the time. Like I always cringe when I see it, like, oh, we're gonna watch this. We're watching. I don't, not me, for example. But it's like, say I put out like a really good like new video essay, and they're like, oh, come, we're watching Kavernacle's new video essay, and it's like, well, like, did you ask him if that was okay? Like, they don't ask, and that's another problem. And the thing is, even like I said, for me personally, not that anyone has ever asked me if it was okay if they could stream my content. For me personally, if anyone's like watching this who wants to stream my content, what I would want for you in that content is, personally, I'd want you to give me like, make your audience know first of all what my channel is and who has made this video. Second of all, I'd actually want you to react to the video rather than just play it and sit there watching it with your audience, because again, that is not like a fair use. That's not fair use. That's just not. And if you're on YouTube, I would consider striking your channel for it. And like, that's because in this capitalist system, this is my job. So you want to protect like that, you know, you want to protect that stuff. It's just, it's the same with like it's the same like music in some ways. It's like if you create something that fits in like it fits in like the guidelines of fair use and it's transformative, and that's one thing. But like these Twitch streamers don't do that, and like there's one Twitch streamer, like I don't even remember who this was. I don't even know how I found them. Someone said so and so is streaming your video, right? And I watched it for like 5 seconds. The only time they would pause the video was to react to the chat when the chat weren't actually saying anything to do with the video, right? So it's like, in my mind, a lot of the time these Twitch streamers just use other YouTube videos to pad out their stream for more money. And I don't think that's okay in a lot of ways, because you're just taking the piss, really. Like, people put in loads of work into YouTube, and sometimes people will put on those videos, won't react, and won't shout out. Like, how is that okay? You're literally just stealing someone's videos to pad out your own things, and then you'll have a take like Hasan where you're so entitled, saying that like 99.9% of creators like this. The only reason, Hasan, people like you watching it is because you're absolutely massive, and it actually maybe is worth it. So your audience might know who these people are, and they might come to that person's channel. But for most people who get, even people who get like 1,000 views on average or 500 people, it's just not worth it. It's just like, you're just, and it's like it's a thing over time, right? If someone throws one of my videos up for like 30 minutes while they're making dinner or going shopping or something, you know, it's annoying, but I don't really care. But it's like the grand scheme of things. It's like, if you just like stream 10 hours a day and 3 hours of that is you just chilling, watching videos and barely reacting, then like you need to reassess your like value as a content creator. Because I've watched really good Twitch streams. I've watched Twitch streams where someone will sit and talk for like literally like 5 hours without, like, literally just talk to the chat for like 5 hours. That's like what I do on my live streams. I've watched people who do like really cool like DJ sets. Obviously, loads of people play video games, and I don't understand it. Instead of you padding out your stream by stealing other people's content, in some regards, like in some circumstances, I'd consider it stealing. Why don't you just play video games? Or why don't you just put up footage of like your own playthroughs or something? Like, why don't you put up your own content and actually, you know, or just cut the stream? But that's the thing. They're not going to cut the stream because they want more money. Or maybe they need that money or whatever. I'm not going to assume too much about people's like personal situations, but it's just like the belief that you watching that video is somehow enough on its own, just like you playing it for the audience, is somehow enough to make that person feel okay with it. It is really, really bizarre. And the fact that some people go even further, where they don't shout people out and just like put it on as filler. If you're gonna have a break, put on something you made yourself. If you're gonna have a break, throw something up on screen saying you're having a break. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't pretend. Like, I've literally seen comments of under video streams of people reacting to my content, asking the channel, whose content is this, and like, whose video, like, who made this video? Is it the guy's channel or is it someone else? If people are asking that question, then you've clearly done something wrong in your reaction, in that you haven't let people know where the original thing is from. Like, in terms of, I'm talking about like the CNN stuff earlier. In terms of that, I don't really give a shit. Like, CNN corporate news, like, that they can stand to lose money, and a lot of news stations like are perpetually losing money because it's not really about making money for these things. And, you know, they are for profit, but it's more about like a news agenda from billionaires and stuff like that. So I don't really care about that stuff. When it's like smaller creators who actually benefit from new subs, patrons, and even views to the algorithm, you potentially taking that away. Now, the thing is, I read the Dark Viper thing. I don't agree with everything in terms of like his arguments, but I do agree with the padding thing the most, and that's what I'm going to cover tomorrow. I'm going to read some comments now. So LC Jean saying, I would say that the issue here is that Twitch very strongly encourages this sort of thing as a business model. I agree with that as well, but I also think it's like a cultural thing now. Like, I don't know how many of you have watched Hasan since the start. I'd be interested to know if this is how he's always done his content. Yeah, young Parakeet makes a good point. It's different when Hasan is reacting to a Ben Shapiro video and pausing all the time to argue against the points. Sometimes he just eats and watches. Yeah, again, that's not okay. If you need to eat something, play something you made yourself. Like, how much content is there of Hasan out there? Like, go stream some Young Turks clips of you when you used to work there, or like, I don't know, pause and go eat, or maybe end the stream and come back later. Like, is that not an option for these people? But again, you want to retain people. The more attention you get, the more potential there is to make money, basically. Yeah, Cloud saying he literally does not need to stream for 10 hours. Yeah, he doesn't. But why does he do it? So I'm just reading some more comments. So I guess leftism is when no bathroom breaks. Like, again, if you need a bathroom break, throw something up on screen that says you're having a break. Why do you have to literally steal someone else's content for your bathroom break? If I had a bathroom break right now, do you know what I would do? I'd probably just play one of my own videos for you. Or I'd just like throw something out on screen that says like, the Kavernacle will be back shortly. If my audience like me enough, I assume they'll be back. And if I want to like prolong the stream to get more viewers, then that's just what you got to do. And people have to understand that you need to do this. But again, like, doesn't Hasan has enough like VODs and everything? Couldn't he just throw something up on screen for like 15 minutes if he wanted to go out for a break or something? So I'm reading some more stuff. So someone's saying, Zobo, how is it different from them playing the video games? Aren't they stealing from the game studio? Now, this is an interesting point because Nintendo used to be massive about not letting people stream their games because they thought that as well. But the difference with, you know, what these game studios have realized now, it's actually very beneficial for streamers to be playing your games because it's good. It's basically like for them free advertising in a lot of ways, right? But for them, it's a bit different when it's like a massive conglomerate. That's what I'm saying. I don't have much of a problem with him streaming like CNN news things, even though I don't think CNN would be cool with that if it was on YouTube. But the difference is with games is also you're playing them. So in essence, it's transformative because you are interacting with it. Even if you're not speaking, you're still interacting with it. Everyone's going to play the games differently. If I'm streaming Rocket League compared to Hasan, we're going to play that game differently. So inherently, just through our gameplay, it's transformative anyway. Me eating a burger while throwing up someone else's video and just sitting there and pausing it maybe to talk to chat a couple times that's not about the video, that's not transformative. And that's what fair use is transformative. So I understand the video game argument to a degree, but I reject it because even through playing it, it's transformative on its own. And then because you're putting your own like personality into it, even through your gameplay. And then obviously a lot of gaming streamers also interact with the chat, or they talk through what they're doing. So I think I understand your point, and that's what Nintendo used to argue. But again, I think like the benefits from the games company are too great, and I also think inherently playing a game on stream isn't transformative. Sitting and watching someone else's video when you don't interact with it is not transformative content. Yeah, this is a good point. Mirror Universe is saying, I don't know why everyone's trying to make this about rules and what you can get away with when it should be about the ethics of React content, regardless of the regular. And that's what I'm saying as well. Like, I don't know if legally, if I went to so let's paint like an example. Obviously, this hasn't happened. So tomorrow Hasan pulls up my latest video. He has his overlay, so you can't actually see my channel name. You can't see my channel at all. He doesn't shout it out. He goes out for 30 minutes and he leaves it playing. The video ends. He comes back and he exit it. Right? Would you say that's ethical? Like, he's played the video in front of his audience. This is like a really like worst case scenario. He's played that video for his audience, but the thing with fair use is it's not transformative. He hasn't done anything to it. He's literally just played it to pad out something. And that's like the ethics, isn't it? And even the ethics of, I'm just bored and I need to eat my dinner. Here is a video from so and so. I'm not going to react to it. Again, could you potentially say if he pauses a couple times and says a couple things legally, that is transformative? That's the thing. Maybe you could get a good lawyer who could argue that is transformative. But at the end of the day, it's the ethical question. Is like, if YouTubers who put in so much work into this don't want you to react to their content, and maybe make it known that they don't want you to, and they call you out for doing these things, then you should listen to them, whether or not if it's legal or not. Lots of things are technically illegal with this copyright stuff. So I'm reading some more stuff. Why do I have so many Hasan simps in the chat? How can you not understand what I'm saying? But Son, didn't I literally like collab with Mike? Like, we literally did an interview. I think. I don't think Mike watched my videos. Halo fan, fair use is a YouTube thing. It literally is in like it comes up. Do like when you appeal a copyright strike, you have to like read the fair use thing and say, does your channel fit in X, Y, and Z? It definitely is a thing to do with YouTube. I don't know if it's technically terms of service, but in terms of the copyright disputes, it does come up all the time. So this is, I'm not calling this person out, but this is, I'm trying to get into your head. This is what's different. Elephant saying the issue is that almost any content creator on YouTube is using someone else's work. Like literally all film, TV, critique channels use other people's work with a fraction of work put into it. Okay, if anyone thinks like this, you do not understand the argument. Fair use is about transformative content. Transformative being the word, right? So yesterday, right, I made a video responding to a Daily Wire video. In the video, I probably used about maybe like 5 to maybe like 6-7 minutes of their own footage, right? My video is 30 minutes long. I take it point by point and I respond to these people's arguments, right? That's transformative content. If I was making a video essay about films or video games and I use these clips to illustrate my point, that's transformative content. And that is technically allowed. Whether or not, like, if you get stamped on by like the man and like big corporations is one thing, but that's technically allowed, right? That stuff is technically allowed. And the thing is, React Twitch streams are allowed. Like, technically they are allowed, and lots of the time I've got no problem with them. If you watch my video from yesterday, it's 30-minute long video, so if you watched it and reacted to it properly, talked about it with your audience, expanded on what I was saying, that's transformative content. leaving a video, like, the thing is, your argument completely falls apart because you can't upload videos, you can't upload movies onto YouTube. You can't just go upload Marvel movies and be like, and then someone could be like, well, you're using someone else's work, and apparently that's fine. No, you can't do that because it's not transformative. You can make video essays about Marvel movies, but you have to often like conform to their copyright stuff, where like you can only use like 30 seconds of footage at a time or something. So it's completely different, and that's what people need to understand. That everyone, React channels are fine, React streams are fine, but it's the thing is, a lot of these streams border on not being React streams because there is no reaction. Therefore, there is no transformative content. Therefore, it doesn't actually constitute fair use, and that's the thing. Using like, I don't know, 1 minute, 10 minutes worth of Marvel footage in like an hour-long video essay, that is transformative content. So I mean, some more things. So all brakes, no gas, like, is being the most butthurt here. Just ask him to stop watching your content. He doesn't watch my content. I'm making an example. He doesn't watch my content. When people are stealing from you, but okay. The thing is, if I took Hasan's stream today without permission and uploaded all 10 hours on my YouTube channel, do you think that's okay? Do you think that should be allowed? Is that not stealing someone's content? The Dark Viper stuff, I haven't read the whole thing yet, so I'm going to do that tonight. I'm not saying end React videos. I'm just saying ethically, it is definitely okay for people not to be okay with how I'm not calling out Hasan specifically in this sentence, but how a lot of these people use Twitch streams to pad out their streams. Is this yours? Not a sip anyway. So I'll read some more comments. Levi saying he's presenting the hypothetical because some people don't understand the basic concept, and apparently you need an extreme. Yeah, exactly. I'm giving you an extreme example. I don't know how many of you are like 13 years old who think Hasan literally put my video on while he went out for 30 minutes. He didn't do that. As far as I'm aware, he's never watched any of my videos on stream. I'm making the point based on my own experience of people watching my content and giving you an extreme example to show you that, and I'm giving you, it's not even an extreme example because I literally have seen people do this to my videos. So I'm canceling both of them. They will both never stream again when I'm done with them. Yeah, so Hamid saying, or Hamid, I think what Aris does is good. He just says, I'm going to take a 5-minute break and puts up one of his t-shirts and plays some funny music. Yeah, I said Carl Bossman does the exact same thing. Just put up like a little screen and say like, oh, I need to have a break. Not like, oh, I'm going to make my dinner and eat it for an hour, like an hour overall. Here's a bunch of videos from other creators who I never asked, and let me just watch it with you guys. That's the thing is, you can like watching stuff with other people without them reacting. That doesn't mean like ethically that's okay for the people who have made the content that you're watching together, because at the end of the day, we are living in a capitalist system a lot of people who do YouTube full time aren't wealthy. I'm not wealthy. So you're literally like, your income every month is based on how many views you get. And some of your content isn't even monetized. So it's even like harder sometimes. Like recently, most of my demonetized videos have been doing better than my monetized ones. So, you don't need like every view ever. But if there's like there's probably like a scenario for some people where loads of people watch their content, but maybe like a significant amount of them never watch it on their YouTube channel, so they make no money off it. The thing is, if you support independent creators and you support people not having like, YouTube has a lot of problems, but a lot of the things I say you couldn't say like if I was in full-time work. And I'm so grateful to like obviously my patrons and my subscribers and like a lot of my consistent viewers, because you help me do this full time. And that's such like a great thing about YouTube, right? But I also rely on everyone's support. And if you start like eating into that, where like, people start watching on other platforms with other people all the time, and it's like, something that you enjoy and it's entertainment, but you're not actually giving back to the creator you like in the chat, there's probably some of you who are patrons of my channel, or there's people who are like subscribed to people on Twitch and are patrons. Think about why you do that. Like, why are you a patron of anyone? Why are you like subscribed to anyone on Twitch? And think about why you do that. It's because you want to support the creator, right? If people like you did not support them, they could not do that full time. So then take that example, and for people arguing like that my point is wrong, then think about like all these independent creators, we're all vying for what, like, it sucks, but we're all competing for your time. Like, there's only a certain amount of people who watch this stuff, there's only a certain amount of like hours in the day. We all want you to watch our stuff, and it sucks, but because like, a lot of those people are friends and I like a lot of people's content, but I always want you to watch my content over the next person, because it sucks in capitalism that we're all competing. And hopefully one day that's not the mindset I need, because my Patreon will be big enough where I don't need to rely on the ad revenue. But at the moment I rely on ad revenue, so I am competing with people for the money. So people watching your content on different platforms can be bad for your channel. Now, like I said, there is the element of this person may never watch your video if it popped up on their own. They only want to watch it with their favorite Twitch streamer, and that's like a fair point and stuff. But then it just gets the ethical problem: is should you be taking other people's content, not transforming it, not using like the fair use, which people say only applies in the US, just to pad out your own revenue streams? And especially when you're a bigger creator like Hasan and others, and Hasan's been called out for it before, if you're a bigger creator, you do not need to pad out your streams. Like, cut out the bullshit, cut out like the breaks where you're playing other people's videos, and put up like something saying you're having a break, or just, you don't need to stream 10 hours every day. You don't need to stream 8 hours every day. You're a very wealthy person by this point. If you're just done with your energy for the day, like for example, I think the longest I've ever streamed is 3.5 hours. The shortest I normally stream is about an hour. And some days I'm just not feeling it. And even if the donations are coming in like crazy and I'm like making good money on the stream, I'm not going to keep going because I don't feel like it and I don't want to, right? But I could start watching other people's YouTube videos and just sit here and chill. Like, I could be watching something else, I could be playing video games on the side and quickly like glancing up every 2 seconds, or like, every couple minutes. I could be doing that because I could pad out my streams so more of you would come in and maybe give me super chats. Personally, I'm not going to do that, and I have no desire to do that. But like, that's how like the general attitude should be. Like, if you're treating treating Twitch stream like a full-time job, maybe do it for like, I don't know, a certain amount of time and then log off, instead of being like, well, I could stop because I'm burnt out for the day, I can't keep entertaining people, I can't keep commenting on stuff, so I'm going to end it. That should be the mindset, not like, oh, well, let me go for another 3 hours and we're just mostly going to watch massive video essays that I'm not really going to comment on. Elsie, thanks so much for the $5. Really appreciate it. Apps watched together allow people to do so while continuing counting as separate YouTube viewers. Twitch has this for Prime Video, but not for YouTube. That's really interesting. I don't know if that's like a solution like for the future, but that is like really, really good, because then you're not losing out on the potential revenue. But again, thanks so much for the shoot. Thanks so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Okay, so here's another one. I didn't know about this because I'm not that familiar with Twitch. So Mr. Extra Regular says Twitch partnership has a streaming hours quota, so there's that. So again, even more incentive. You're pursuing partnership by padding out your streams of other people's content. And like I said at the start, there's nothing wrong with reacting to stuff. Like I'm going to make this clear at the start of the video tomorrow because people seem to misunderstand me. I am not saying this genre of live stream should not exist. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the problem is I've seen way too many, even left-wing Twitch streamers, do other stuff, not react to the chat, not react to the video, not interrupt the chat. I've seen them just do other things and they're using others' videos for padding, and that's literally it. And it's way too common. It's way too common, and obviously Mr. Extra saying that like because you need to hit a certain hours, well that's like the incentive, isn't it? Let me pad out my stream with other people's content, but then like Twitch and live streaming is different because it's more personality driven and like energy driven rather than putting in like loads and loads of hard work behind the scenes like you do with like a YouTube channel. So like, I totally respect people who stream for that long. I just don't respect doing that to other creators because you are like in some ways, I don't agree with everything that Devil, was it Viper or whatever it said, you are shafting creators that apparently you like because you're watching their videos on stream. All right, some Halo fan. I've criticized Vosh in the past. To be honest, the thing with Vosh is he just his fan base are way worse than him, and I really can't stand like his really loyal fans. And I just can't be bothered with the drama. And the thing is with Debate Bros, and it's not just Vosh, it's the whole ecosystem. I've been invited on like Destiny stream. I've been invited on like some other streams and to debate people and shit like Dylan Burns. I'm just not doing that, and I'm really not interested in it. And the problem is, if I start like I've made a cut like type in Kavernacle Vosh black nationalism. Like I've made videos criticizing him and stuff, but I can't really be bothered with the whole like song and dance and drama that comes with like the thing is I criticized Dylan Burns and then that like kicked up like a massive shitstorm and I was like, all right, I'm not really gonna start getting into this again because like I don't mind criticizing like other creators' opinions, but when their whole like ecosystem is about like debating and like reacting to other people's videos, like I'm just like, all right, I'm a bit of an idiot, maybe I shouldn't do this as much because I don't want to be involved with like bullshit drama. So that's why I wouldn't really be bothered. Like I could easily do it, but I just can't be bothered. And also like I've blocked and muted so many debate bro streamers and stuff who haven't even spoke to me before and probably don't even know I exist just because I don't even want to know what's going on. So I really try and keep out of it now. I dipped my toe into it a tiny bit. Like I said, I've made videos criticizing Bosch and Dylan Burns and stuff, and it just made me realize like I don't really want to be involved with this stuff. 3 hour debate reviews, yeah, shit like that. Don't do the debate. So yeah, I'm not going to. Don't worry. Yeah, Mr. Extra, I agree. Saying like they have to have filler in there somewhere, and of course, there's nothing wrong with filler. But why don't you just play video games or play some old recordings of your stuff? Like why does it have to be someone else's content? So yeah, happy bombastic. People saying if they watch Hasan saying Hasan kind of does that, but also watches the video on his phone, but you can tell he's just not into the video. So I see what you're saying. Okay, most rational Vosh fan, most rational Hasan fan. even when Haas is on screen, he doesn't always pay attention. Like when he watched a tiger yawning on Twitter off screen during him watching AOC's video, recording her experience on Jan 6th. Yeah, okay, that's like nice, isn't it? Like someone really showing their trauma and you're just like playing some meme video in the background. What do I think of the Porsche? Oh yeah, so like the thing is, people when I say I'm canceling him, people think it's about the car. It's not about the car. I seriously don't care about the car. I don't even care that he spent that money on the car, but just him flexing it, and I know he's probably doing it to piss people off. I just think it's like a really shitty look. It's like why is it 200,000? Like why is it not 50K? Why is it not even 100K? Why is it 200K? Like I'm not. The thing is, I'm really not a materialistic person. I drive my granddad's old car, which he can't drive because he has Parkinson's. And if that broke down, I'd not not even that I could probably afford it. I'd probably just buy the same one, which would probably be under 10 grand. I'd say. It's quite old. So the thought of me even being that rich in the first place, kind of like grossed me out in terms of like I just spend it all in a house and save it probably and give it to my family. Like fair enough, he houses his family and everything like that. I just think the car's excessive, and not needed. But like, and the problem is he's showing it off. And I think like if someone exposed him, like the house thing, he didn't brag about it. Someone just found out, didn't they? And they said, oh, like he lives in this, what was it, like $2 million mansion and stuff. But the car thing's just a bit like it just makes us look bad. Like, oh, you know, we're meant to be like socialists and for the working class, but here's like one of the most visible one of us flexing his 200 grand car. And it's like most people, like the people that were meant to be helping the most, can't even afford like basic necessities. And here's like one of the most famous of us, like flexing wealth. Like even if it's a joke, I don't think it's in good taste. Especially, you know, you're meant to be a socialist. Doesn't he say he's a socialist? I don't think it's a good look. Again, I don't really give a shit. Like, spend your money how you want. George Lucas has done like a lot of good things. He's still a billionaire. Um, but I mean, Hasan kind of like it's like I don't remember George Lucas ever flexing like a really expensive car though. The socialism doesn't mean poor. I just don't. I think you can just be wealthier and humble about it, and just you know people were giving him a lot of shit for the house, and I defended him for the house thing. And obviously he's trying to piss people off with the car, but at the end of the day, a lot of people will just start to think that you know socialists are ridiculous because oh you're a socialist who like benefits from capitalism and all that shit. But like you know the meme obviously, but then the meme seems real because it's like you criticize the system yet you participate in the system, and it's like well everyone has to do that, but not all of us can like have loads and loads of money where we can drop 200K on a car like it's nothing after we just bought a $2 million mansion. You know, I assume he has a mortgage and didn't buy it outright, but with how crazy the house prices are, like, and I've seen all these bidding wars and stuff, like, who knows really? Um, George Lucas just spent it all on on like his own movie studio, basically. VOD channel's working harder than Hassan at this point. I can't even afford to go to the dentist. Yeah, Levi, like, I'm really sorry about that. But then it just shows, doesn't it? It's like, what if you can't even afford to get basic healthcare, then what do you think of like a supposed most famous like socialist online is flexing his 200 grand car? Yeah, Felix saying that Hassan's padding is why he watches the VOD channels instead. No, it's not. I hope I it's not for the car. Playing any games lately? I'm just playing Pokemon. I finished Max Payne 3. Hadn't played that in like 10 years. Max Payne 3 is fucking amazing. Um, and I'm finishing up Halo Infinite as well, and Gears of War 5, and GTA 4 as well. I'm playing for again. I got a lot of spinning plates. Um, Elsie, thanks so much for another $5. This issue seems like a byproduct of Twitch's labor exploitation, materially pushing streamers to exploit YouTubers, Amazon's strike breaking. Yeah, Elsie, that's actually a pretty good point. I might bring that up tomorrow in the video, but like it's like with the incentive of the partnership being a certain number of hours, do you have to do this because that's what everyone else does? Does it create this like competition where the only way you can actually compete with other people is by doing this? Like maybe, I don't know. Yeah, Anchor, Max Payne 3's physics, man. Like, and also I've been playing it way more aggressive compared to how I used to play it. Like, literally just like throwing myself into people. It's so fucking fun. Ricky saying, look, being sarcastic, I can't wait for you to make it in YouTube so you can use your money to change the world. The thing is, right? My income at the moment, I couldn't even tell you my yearly income because I haven't even been doing it for a year. But it's like pretty similar to my old job for the most part. Over the last year. The thing is, if I was in Hasan's position, I wouldn't be flaunting that wealth. And the thing is, I have some stuff that I'm passionate about. Like I genuinely would want to develop some sort of organization to help more leftist content creators. Because money is obviously such an issue doing these things. I'd also want to give to a lot of charities, like maybe animal stuff that I'm passionate about, and then I would never be in the position of Mr. Beast. If I had Mr. Beast money, I would try and do like so much good. But in my mind, I just want to secure my own life first because capitalism incentivizes you to be selfish. But for me personally, the goal is buying a house. It won't be a mansion. Getting a mortgage and having my own place to live would be nice, but that's like a long term goal. If I had Mr. Beast Hasan money, I'd probably be doing a lot more. Yeah, Gears 5 is a lot better than 4. 4 was trash. 5 is actually really good. Got any pets? No, I don't. Hassan still lives with his parents, but I mean, like, his parents live with him after he bought a mansion. It's kind of different, and someone who can't move out because they don't have money. Yeah, JT, it probably wasn't Max Payne. Like, it is crazy how much you can interact with the environment. Yeah, Max Payne multiplayer, that Max and Passos mode was so fucking sick. Shaunders, I'd say that's a bit better. I would say ethically it's still pretty crap, but like at least you can sympathize why someone's doing it. Yeah, Schneider, thanks so much for nice words. I haven't watched Noah Sampson's new video only because like I said, I really don't even want to know what's going on with the drama, like with Debate Bros. That's why I tend to ignore the whole thing. Ricky saying, "What kind of contribution are you going to do in society if you get enough views?" But the thing is, Ricky, like, there's a limit. Hasan is like the massive outlier. None of us on leftist YouTube are ever going to have that kind of money. So I'm probably just going to like live my life and like provide for like myself and like my girlfriend and maybe my future family, and that's probably going to be it in the grand scheme of things. I've gotten a lot more like selfish as I've gotten older. I used to have more like dreams of like helping people, but it just when you've got like so much expenses, and to be honest, I put all my time in this, and the main thing I'll say is blowing smoke up my own like arse a bit is I get a lot of message of people saying that I help de-radicalize them from like far right beliefs or like get them out of like the anti SJW stuff. So if that's what like the purpose of my channel is, and that's the good I can do for the world, then I guess that's the good I'm going to do for the world is getting more people to stop believing in hateful stuff and believing in good things. Spooky Nominons, thanks for the $5. Thanks for having not having subscribers only chat. It's fun seeing the civil war here. Twitch is in the wild west of Tory right, and it will be for a while. Yeah, I never put subscribers only on. But no, I appreciate appreciate the $5, and I appreciate the chat going a bit crazy. I haven't really been reading much of it. cancel Critical. I'm cancelling him tomorrow. The Marks Club NFT soon. Yeah, Max Payne 1 and 2 remaster. I need it. People ask me if I make it as big as Hasan, what would I do? I mean, I'd say like because I like independent like media so much, I would love if I had loads of money, I would love to set up like a Young Turk style thing for the UK personally. Like Novara Media is doing a good job, but I'd want something that looks more legit. So if I had Hasan money, I'd try and like get more investors, or maybe even crowdfund like a media network, which can really like help the UK a lot because it's just not enough of it in this country. So if I was as big as Hasan, I probably would move out of London, so I wouldn't have to spend so much money on a house. And yeah, that's what I would try and do with the money. I think as someone who like understands YouTube and like marketing on YouTube and stuff, I think that's where like my influence could be put to good use. That's if I had that money, but I don't think I ever will. So Amin saying you helped me realize I was a leftist all along. So thank you. Thanks for saying that. It's really nice of you, and thank you for at least proving my point, kind of, that I actually can help some people. You helped me realize I'm not a Sigma male. I'm an Omega female. I'm happy for you, Pseudo. Must have been very recently. Yeah, Theodore, you don't want to ask me about capitalism because I'm a massive doomer, so I won't make you feel any better. Cancel the Kavernacle guy next. I mean, one day I will. Yeah, Russell Brand's turned into a bit of a lunatic, to be honest. Do I like living in Spain? Yeah, Spain's cool. Really nice weather. It's really hot today. And just it's nice being by the beach all the time as well. Pseudo, I don't really like comedians too much. Like I don't like him, but Frankie Boyle says some fucking like awful shit, which is really funny. Why is my Twitter piss color? It's because I put on like a dark mode filter, but it's not actually dark, it's just to help my eyes. Yeah, UK independent media isn't the best. Yeah, for sure. My friend has moved to Spain. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the weather here is a lot nicer. That's the main thing. All right, so we've been going for like an hour. I would normally Halo fan, you should know me better by now that like I'm completely anti-NATO, so I'm not going to make a video talking about sanctioning Russia and starving Russian civilians. So don't worry. Cav, keep up the great work. Love your last VOD. Thanks so much. I think it meant vid. Maybe you meant VOD. Thanks so much, Sam. Appreciate it. Any other YouTube channels you've been into lately? All right, I'll end the stream with this. So, YouTube channels I've been watching lately, kind of Mooncat is really good for like lefty analysis of scams. Jenny Nicholson is like left leaning, but like her media analysis is really funny. Go watch the Dear Evan Hansen video. Um, Other than that, I've been really bad with YouTube. I haven't been watching much. I've literally just been listening to loads of ambient playlists on YouTube, and that's about it. Yeah, Mooncat's really good. So yeah, watch them. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks so much for the super chats, people who donated. Thanks so much for the chat. It was funny. Hopefully, if you came in disagreeing with me, I kind of changed your mind. I'm going to go over all of this tomorrow in my video cancelling Hasan and Moist Critical, and just talking about this a bit more. Yeah, I wish Jenny Nicholson could upload like every week. I really wanted an Eternals video from her. Anyway, yeah, thanks so much for thanks so much for participating. And yeah, this has been fun. I'll try and stream a bit more. I've had a break for 2 weeks, but like, yeah, glad so many people were in today. And yeah, have a good rest of the week. The videos I'm going to be putting up this week probably going to be the Hasan critical one tomorrow, and then I'm going to probably cover Forgotten Weapons, nearly publishing the Azov Battalion neo-Nazi memoir, although I was a bit hesitant because of how much of a butthurt he was about the foul stuff. But I probably can't help myself, so I'm probably just gonna do that. Anyway, yeah, see you guys later. Probably do 2 streams next week. So yeah, I probably will do 2 streams next week, on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So yeah, if you just come for the streams, then put on like the bell notification